Hey, how you doing? It's Annie O, the realtor you need to know, and I am here in the community of Angeline, but I'm actually inside the house because it was a little breezy outside, and I felt like it was just going to start pouring at any second. And rather than take the chance, I wanted to do this introduction with you now. So I'm going to walk you through a single story, just over 2,000 square foot home that is a 4 bedroom, 2.5 bath. And again, it's a single story. So I hope you enjoy it. All right, so we are checking out a 4 bedroom, 2.5 bath, single story house today that is just over 2,000 square feet. As you can see, I just walked in the front door, and right off to the right, we have the first two secondary bedrooms. So let's take a quick gander. This one actually has double doors for the closet, and it goes really far back. It's a great size secondary bedroom too, because this is a queen size bed, just to give you perspective on what you're seeing here in the video. And then we walk here. We have the secondary full bathroom for the extra or secondary bedrooms. Well, actually, really quickly. Nope, not soft close. I was kind of wondering about that. We do have a linen closet here. It's really good. It's deep. You can put all kinds of comforters, towels, linens. And then here is your other bedroom. Those aren't bad curtains. Now this is a full-size bed with the dresser, bedside table, and we do have a 2-door open closet as well. All right. There's carpet in the bedrooms, but the flooring here is a laminate. Now we are in the hallway. It is a really nice wide hallway. We are talking, let's see, probably like 6 feet. Here is your laundry room. It does have the ability to add in cabinets right above it. And if you traditionally park in your garage and then walk into your house, you go through the laundry room. I do find this interesting. Not that it's a bad thing, because obviously if you're in your house, it's your garage, you can like rinse, clean things off out here, paint. I'm just thinking of like handy projects and everything versus it actually being on the inside, like in your laundry room. So if you wanted it to help like with cleaning clothes, that's where I could see it's kind of a weird situation, because you could go out here, take care of everything, and then come back out to the house to like dump it into your washing machine. But otherwise, if you're just talking about, again, cleaning up paint, cleaning up just any kind of like outdoor equipment, things like that that you're doing, having it out here does make a lot of sense. Also, just to be on the safe side, they installed this nice steel bar here. That is just protection to make sure that when you're driving in, you don't hit your water heater. So just saying that. This garage itself, it is a 2-car garage, but it is tight, meaning you're not going to have a ton of space for anything on the sides if you actually park 2 cars into this garage. All right, back into the house we go. Before I go further, we have your coat closet. I like that they're installing coat closets again. There was a phase in time where builders were getting rid of coat closets. Was not a fan. Before we go into the main living area, I want to show you this office space. This is the 4th bedroom, the secondary really, or one of the second bedrooms. You saw the 2 up front over there. This is the actual 4th bedroom. Now this one, they actually show their design colors and choices. We do have the same setup as far as the double closet, carpet in here. And the cool thing is, like I said, this is in Angeline, so it's actually showing you where exactly everything is in the community. So most of this area we are in is here where this community is of the community. But then if you wanted the cafe, the market, things like that, it'd be up here. And then down here, this is Ridge. They said pretty sure it was in this corner is where the lagoon is going to be going in. Just to give you guys a heads up. Let's see. We have your HVAC system. 3.5 ton. Nice. That's interesting because this is the same size. It's actually a little smaller than the 2-story home, but the 2-story they did a 3 ton. And then this is a 3.5 ton for the single story. Here is our powder room for guests to use. It's nice. You have your standard cooler. Actually, okay, so that's the guest bathroom that most of the people when they're coming over would use. And then here is your main living space. Here is your kitchen. It does have a pantry. We'll be checking that out in just a minute. Your dining room right off, or breakfast nook, really depends on how you want to set it up. And then your actual living space, which is a good size. You can really configure this a couple of different ways with how you want it, because if you wanted to have like the TV on this wall and then have, your setup over there, so that way you have more openness on this side, you completely do that. Or if you want to set it up like this because you want to have a monster 100-inch TV on the wall, you absolutely have that space and you could do it. The island itself is an oversized island in terms of, standard traditional islands, they tend to be like about 36, maybe 48. This one has a considerable overhang that isn't also squared off. They actually kind of did this rounded shape to extend it out. There you go. That's a better angle of it. So you can kind of see it's not just a standard square. They actually created a curve to it to make it a little more spacious. So it is plenty of space. See these 3, you can actually have 3 grown ass adults here, and they're not completely rubbing up against each other just to fit in the space. The pantry is one of the corner unit where it plugs in. It does the job. Again, this is just over 2,000 square feet. We do have really large size cabinets for what we're having here. Let me see if this, nope, no soft close in this one. See, the other one we did, but they did put crown molding on the top of the cabinets. If you notice, we're getting out of the style of the like dark espresso. We're going more into like these neutral brown colors. I don't mind that. I like that we're just going into variety. Same with the countertops. They are solid stone countertops. You just have design choices in terms of what it would look like. There we go. The fridge. I don't know if you've seen these type of fridges before, where it's like the 4-quad. Your top 2 is your traditional actual fridge. You have your classic fruit, veggies. But the downstairs, you have the ability, see, it is designed as ice. See, it has extra space, but it's a quad. I do like the ability of it being a quad, so that way you can have something, or where people are always opening, like saying getting ice and everything. You can have this one section open. It's not affecting everything that's on this side. But, you know what I noticed that would probably drive me crazy that I'm not seeing here? No water dispenser. Yep. Yeah, it was something big. We were looking for a fridge last year, James and I, and that is something I was like, I need a water dispenser. And so, yeah, we couldn't get a fridge like that unless it had one. Okay, so moving on to other appliances in the house. We do have it where it's the classic microwave over the stove, and it is a range, and it is electric here. It is in the community, is just all electric. And this is really cool. This particular model home, if you see up there, I open the cabinet for you, which means when you have the vent on for the microwave, it actually does go and get vented out of the house. Huge plus. I love that. Well, actually, let me double check. Oh, did they just make it look like that? Hold on. You want to put that here. I wonder if it goes out, because this is an exterior wall right here. I'm going to have to double check that, but it does look like it's going in design. It's just not going all the way up through the roof and attic. It may be just venting out that way. So I'm going to check when I go outside, because that is a huge plus, being able to have that vent. Also, the amount of distance between your counter and your island here to the cooktop. Let's see, we are talking about just over 4 feet. You can actually have 2 people here working, walking across next to each other or behind each other, and you're not bumping into each other, which is a huge plus. I love also that we are getting back into sinks that are one sink and not with the little one-piece divider in the middle. They do Whirlpool appliances and haha, third row. Not bad. Classic here. Does what it needs to do. All right. Gotta say, I like this table. I just like how wide it is. And that. All right. So let's give you another look at the kitchen. Oh, those chairs. I have similar chairs. All right, so we are looking outside. We do have the covered patio, which is fantastic. It is fully enclosed except for the screening. You would be responsible for putting in your own screening, but this is a fantastic size. The fact that it is extended all the way, so it goes from basically the edge of the house up until it butts up into the master bedroom right here. And we do have it where it's a triple slider. So on days where the weather's nice, you can imagine having that screened in, and this is just your living area. Where there are days, albeit not many of them, but there are days where you can have this opened, have a beautiful breeze coming in, and not be crazy hot and not have your air conditioning on. All right. All right, let us check out the master bedroom. It is in the back and it's separated all by itself. That is a king size bed, and there is tons of room everywhere else. They also did a tray ceiling, so that's where you have like that little one step into it. Or actually like a reverse step. Like if you're walking downstairs or steps, that's where you would have that. So that's why they call it a tray ceiling. Fun little odd fact I ended up learning because I'm doing this real estate stuff full time. Yeah, I may stick to doing this. Kind of like it. All right, we do have two separate closets. There's carpeting in here. So it is a his and hers. As far as space goes between the two closets, they are fairly similar. I'd say like this one is just a smidge bigger than the other one. But again, they're not that differential. And then we have the master bathroom. So now this bathroom, if you see, like we do have the two cabinets under the sinks, but we do have the drawer, and there's an extra cabinet in the middle, so you could have that. I have seen where people will take this if they want to have a little more vanity space or storage. They basically will replace this mirror that you see here, and then they will have like two separate mirrors, and then they'll put like a column going up, because look at how high these ceilings are. You can absolutely have an extra storage cabinet built right there and help you just provide a little more storage space in here. It does have a separate tub and shower and a linen closet. So glad we're getting back into storage. People realize we need more storage in our houses. The flooring in here is the wood like laminate too, so it has the texture, almost feel of wood as well. Almost. We have a water closet, vented, and then a nice soaking tub. Now, I have seen after people have moved into these homes where they completely redo this area, they get rid of that, they'll tile the whole thing in, and they'll have like a freestanding tub, and then they'll do almost like a glass or seamless like wall enclosure. So that way this whole area you just kind of like walk into, and it doesn't have like that separation here. It's pretty neat. I'm actually thinking of doing something like that because we figured out we're going to stay in our house for a little while longer. We like it. But yeah, this is a single story, 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath home in Angeline that is just over 2,000 square feet. So if you want more information about this one or any of the ones that you have seen me posting on our channel, what they include, what's part of the community, feel free to reach out to me. My cell phone number, so you can send me a text, 813-531-1151, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Okay, before we ended, I almost forgot, and I could not do that and leave you guys hanging because I did specifically ask and wanted to verify that the vent for the microwave and the kitchen went outside. So look at what we're doing. And look at what we see. Ha ha ha. All right, it is 100% confirmed that the kitchen microwave does vent to the outside. So there you go. Nice little bonus for you. And then you can see the outside from here. This is something I actually forgot to do a little bit of too. Excuse me, I'm still learning how to like do this and really do it well, I guess would be a great explanation, because most of the time I'm used to doing this kind of stuff when I have clients walking with me, and it's usually like things that they point out or that they want to know about because it's the home they're living in. So I'm trying to fill in all those gaps for you guys while you're not here in person. Okay, so where I'm standing right now, that's like the fence line. This is where pretty much the property line would be. So to give you an idea, that's how much yard space you'd have, which would go and butt up against that privacy fence right over there. And then on this side, you have just about 10 feet. So like I'm pretty much standing at like the corner of what the backyard would be. So just to give you an idea of the space, the size, what your backyard view is. Also, if you see how that one has two fences, like it has the privacy fence on the side and then it goes into that the aluminum fencing to the back, anytime you'd have a lot that faces either any of the ponds or conservation like this, in this particular community, you're not allowed to have a privacy fence in the back. You do have to do that kind of fencing just way. It doesn't block your views and everything, but that is part of the HOA rules here. So you would have to have aluminum fencing like that goes to the backyard. Just FYI for you. So there, two more nuggets of information that I almost forgot to share. Your backyard, the fencing styles for this particular community, and that this home model does in fact have and vent outside. Okay, see you later.